hypothetically speaking, there is an awesome local team and they hope to obtain traditional grants for initial funding. And I assume he means like they want to start their own commons. Where do they go next? How does it all start?
Yeah. So we're still in the R&D phase of the common stack. So we've done a lot of modeling. We've done a lot of the mathematics from first principles. We've simulated and tested our ideas. The next step for us is to raise funds to actually go out and finish the R&D. I mean, it's surprising the amount of work that goes into the R&D and modeling these systems, especially the first time. I mean, once we do it once, those designs can be used over and over and customized quite easily. But doing it the first time takes a lot of research and design. And then, of course, going out and building these reference implementations that can then be taken and used by communities. So in terms of timeline on that, we're also playing with the crypto market. This is a tricky time to raise funds after 2 years of bear market. But we're very optimistic that this technology is so essential for the space that we're going to be moving forward with the fundraise in the coming months. And we're excited to get building these components for everyone to use.
Mm-hmm. And that is actually linked to the next question as well, I guess, because James' question was like, how will this work if when commons can start being built? And this question from Rasmus is also related to this. So from your point of view, how mature are the technologies you are building? Is it only Ethereum tech savvy people that can play with it? Are you ready to bring this to the mainstream? If not, why? So I think you already kind of answered that, Jeff, but maybe someone else still wants to add something to it.
Yeah, let's come on, guys. I mean, people can't even use Compound or Uniswap. Like, you want to dive into the commons and conviction voting? I mean, we're going to make it as easy as we can, but it's not going to just be perfect to use for any nonprofit out the gate. We have to recognize that and be okay with that. It's going to take many iterations to get to a place where we have the model, the actual architecture works, that we have aligned the incentives properly and have results to prove that, and we have a model, we have a reference implementation, we gather data from that first reference implementation, other people start using it, and we gather more data, we improve the models, we improve the implementations, we try again, and eventually also there's a little bit of help from the universe, from meta transactions and better wallets and better tools to interact with this crypto space that I hope to see and I'm excited to see. But it's going to take some time to really break into the mainstream where non-technical users can actually have an impact with this. That's why. Well, let me just say that's why our strategy is to start with token engineers and probably stay in the open source software space for a while. Really focus on public goods that have people that know how to use this stuff, so we don't run into those barriers right out the gate.
Mm-hmm. So you want to be, see, you had something to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that there's two separate streams between the sort of, actually really three, when we talk about design and we talk about implementations, and then we talk about there's sort of another level of implementations related to specific commons, which are the actual like applications that you interact with, which don't necessarily need to be hyper decentralized when they're community dependent. So you have the lowest level depth of sort of design patterns, mechanisms that align incentives, and you've got the sort of Web3 level implementations that provide some backboning, but then you also often end up with some community-specific applications that are, there may be some traditional Web2 elements. Like there's a lot that can be done once you get just the most basic piece, say, even if it's just an Aragon organization, followed by the set of people and software that interacts with it. I think I don't want to ramble about this too much, but the point is that once you contextualize, you can start making individual trade-offs about what is actually trusted, and you can have some conventional things that clean up the UX and make it possible for people to get to a mature enough product to use in real life relatively quickly. And the reference case I wanted to bring up is just work being done by the Red Cross on community currencies that's been live in the Proof of Authority network actually for many months, even a year. And while it's still technically a POC, and it's technically really out there, and people are using it, and they are learning from it, and they're doing all the stuff Griff just said, and people do have it in their real hands, and they aren't crypto people. So you got to be like clear about the layers. Yeah, we have a long haul view, but that doesn't mean nothing gets to anyone ever in the meantime. It just means that we understand there's like the fast phase, the medium phase.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the slow phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
And-
Seeker cut out.
And just to be more specific, Grassroots Economics, project by the Red Cross, has 11 community currencies that have generated 70,000 transactions on the POA network, like the actual POA network, the guys that created XDAI. They're moving to XDAI right now. They're using feature phones, dumb phones, moving money around that are community currencies that are balanced by bonding curves. It's an incredible project. Grassecon.org, I think, is a pointer URL, and they are very excited about the Common Stack, and they could very well apply to Common Stack now. But they keep all of the money is custodial, right? So the people using feature phones don't actually hold the crypto. And you know, when I'm speaking, I'm thinking of like, when are we going to have all of our ideals satisfied, where everything is like real, you know, decentralized and applied in a way that would be resistant to government influence and external forces that might prevent this if they have a different idea. So it'll be a while before that, but hopefully people like Will Ruddick will be able to take our tech and use it for real people right away.